sure you heard about all the voter fraud that's going on in Tarrant County that he's uncovering. We had so many people asking us if Aaron Harris could come and give the presentation to Northeast Tarrant Tea Party, but we couldn't get him scheduled until like way into the spring. So we have given him 10 minutes tonight to give us a little teaser, and then next Monday night he's giving his full presentation at the Fort Worth 912 meeting. So I very much encourage you to go to that meeting, and let's hear what he has to say tonight.
All right, thank you, Julie, and thank you all, everybody. I have 10 minutes. This is going to be quick, so follow along. I'm going to do a full hour next week if you want to come and see it. As you said, I'm with Direct Action Texas. Been paying attention to the headlines. We've uncovered some, we'll call it voter irregularities, in a couple different places. Last week in Hill County, the Office of the Attorney General impounded all the ballots and election equipment over there because of some irregularities we found. I'm going to run you through those. And then Tarrant County. But before I do, I want to play you a quick 1-minute video, and pay close attention, please. I think you're going to find this very interesting.
One case at a time, and it's a Class B misdemeanor.
Allow me to ask you about that. The folks who are opposed to election law reform will often use the term voter impersonation. They try to make it look like it's just one person taking my vote as if they're going to vote pretending to be me. In the complaints that you have seen, which predominates? Is it somebody, one person trying to illegally vote, or is it organized groups trying to vote en masse and take massive numbers of votes?
It's certainly organized groups engaging in vote harvesting. And we do get quite a number of illegal voting cases, and quite a number of those are indicated on our prosecutions list. And Forrest just told us that I think 43 out of 90 cases involved ballot harvesting or vote harvesting, whatever you want to call it.
So our target is not one person mistakenly voting when he's not supposed to, or somebody who's voting in elections. It's organized mass attempts to steal votes and steal the entire election.
Correct.
All right, now I hope y'all caught that, which is that our target is not just simply voter impersonation. Now, don't misunderstand that. It doesn't mean that voter impersonation isn't going on. It is, okay? But the mass number of ballots that are being stolen are by organized groups that are stealing entire elections. Matter of fact, next week, if you come to my presentation in Fort Worth, I'm going to name 2 elected officials who are in office that I can prove were in there illegitimately. Now, how many of you have ever been to a meeting where somebody can show you evidence and show you an elected official that's in office illegitimately? I'm guessing nobody's ever been to a meeting like that, right? Next week, you have an opportunity to go to one. So it's my shameless plug. I'm going to do a couple more. So these are some of the headlines over the last couple weeks. Of course, Governor Abbott last week tweeted, I have a laser pointer, y'all. Those of y'all that know me know this is dangerous. But down in Hill County, we found actually closer to 1,800 ballots were missing. So I'm going to run you through Hill County real quick, and then we'll get Tarrant County. So we looked into Hill County's Republican primary election from this last March 1st. And in that race, we were looking specifically at House District 8, which those of you that are part of Northeast Tarrant Tea Party know we all supported Thomas McNutt versus Byron Cook, which was the guy in that Stickland video who didn't know his bill. And in that race, there was allegedly 28,617 votes cast, and the difference between the two was 225 votes. All right, so here was the problem. What we basically found in essence was the official results that are published. If you go to Secretary of State's website right now, you'll see official result of 9,038 ballots cast in Hill County in that election. Now, how many of you understand the basic math? Even if you went to Common Core school, you know that for every ballot, there has to be how many voters? One voter. One ballot, one voter. So the problem is there's only 7,171 voters that showed up in that election. Anybody else see a problem with that? So once we got the voter file, it took us all 30 seconds to figure that out. If you count up the sign-in sheets and the absentee ballots, you come up with 7,295. All sorts of details in there that we don't have time to get into tonight. When you compare the list of who they actually said voted to the list of the people that actually signed in, you get another 766 discrepancy. The thing's really messed up is the summation of that. So earlier this year, ES&S sent out a press release statewide, and here's all you really need to remember right here. It was found that the election results released were incorrect, okay? And here's the problem. The problem is there's nothing we can do about it. So last Monday, the OAG, for those of you who don't know, OAG stands for Office of the Attorney General, impounded the ballots and associated equipment. Something I've learned the hard way over the last few months is there's nobody in Texas who has the job of ensuring election integrity, okay? I said on a conference call where elected officials in Hill County asked SOS, Director of Elections, for help figuring out what happened, and the answer is it's not my job. The OAG's job is to enforce criminal activity. Well, if we're trying to figure out what happened, we don't know if it's criminal yet, so the OAG doesn't have jurisdiction. Nobody has this job. But more importantly, no one is watching. I told you I found those 71 voters in 30 seconds because it was right there in the file. It wasn't rocket science. I'm not that smart. Okay, but the fact is nobody looked. I was just the first one to look. So the liberals love to say voter fraud doesn't happen. How do you know if nobody's looking? You just simply don't know. Okay, even though the county and the vendor have admitted that the published numbers are incorrect, there's nothing that can be done about the actual election. So let me be clear, the OAG is looking into that. They've seized the ballots, but simply for their investigation. The election will not be recounted, just so you all understand. All right, Tarrant County, this is what you guys are going to really love. This is what the guy in that video that was answering the question, his name's Jonathan White. He said, what does he know? Well, that guy is awesome. He's a prosecutor with the Office of Attorney General in the Public Integrity Unit. He has put more people in jail for election fraud than probably anybody in the country. Guy's awesome. I happen to know him. He's a great guy. He's a value. He's an asset to the state. Now, we have a problem in Tarrant County with ballots that have nothing to do with voter ID, right? And a lot of you probably already know what I'm talking about, and that's mail-in ballots. A year ago, some of y'all know I was heavily involved in an election that we lost, and we lost spectacularly, and it was really weird. So I started looking into it. I found things like this, where you had a voter with that signature, Hannah Garcia, and then that signature, one on her application and one on her ballot. So for those of you that don't know, this is an application for ballot by mail. You must request a ballot, and you sign it. And then you get your ballot, and you send it back in what's called a carrier envelope, and then you sign that. Now, when that comes back to elections, those signatures have to match, or it's not supposed to be accepted, okay? So somebody signed off saying those signatures match. Now, if you notice here, this is her sister, Mary Medrano. They live in the same household. I don't know about you, but those signatures look really alike, as do these handwritings here, okay? And these don't look anything like these. Now, interestingly enough, Tarrant County Elections accepted these. This is Anna Garcia, the one I just showed you. I just want to highlight a couple things. If you look at this application, same one I just showed you, look at the handwriting. Notice like this dot right here, the double X, y'all see that right there? The swoop here on the chief's name and the double X here. Now the interesting thing is, if I go to this one, if you'll notice this is the same document. You go, well, Aaron, what are we showing you? Here's what I want you to look at. Here's the original. Everybody lean your head like a dog this way. And if you can make that out, the date here is 4/29 of 2015. That's when they sent this application in, was for the election last year. Now, if you turn your head once again, you'll look at this one, you'll see February 19, 2016. This is the same document, folks. Now, we have thousands and thousands of these, okay? This isn't an isolated incident. This isn't a couple dozen. This is by the thousand. And by the way, what's really interesting is they have their caller ID right here, okay? I'll tell you who that is next week. It's an elected official. Okay, so on this one, what I want you to see, we have a lot of these as well. And if you look at this, I'll get into this next week. That's actually a digital signature off of a printer. That voter didn't actually sign that. But if you look over here, you can see this line right here where my laser is. And see right here the cutoff? This is actually an image that was printed on there. And you can clearly see it blocks out the background right there. See that? Okay? That was accepted by Tarrant County Elections. Again, these aren't isolated. So Maria Rivera, which one's hers? By the way, that one's falsified. You look at that, that's her husband. See a similarity there? All right? That is a digital off a printer. That's a digital off a printer. All right. San Juan, Flores. Look at Danny, San Juan, those match, but neither of those are her signature. They're signatures. This one's great. Concepcion Rivera, she forgets her name. Over here she signs her name, but it doesn't match her actual signature. Here she signs the caption. Who here forgets their name when they get ready to sign? Okay, over here she signs Conti. Here she started to sign the wrong name, scratched it out, and signed her name above it. Okay? Now, I know some of you are older in age than I am, but I bet you've never forgotten your name when you get ready to sign. All right, this one, we've cut this off for the sake of, again, we can't show you everything because there is an investigation going on. But all these people, what I want you to know is they live in the same precinct. They all happen to have the same handwriting. So we have precincts with 70, 80 people, same handwriting. The next precinct over, same handwriting, 50 people, etc. All right? So next Monday, I'll be naming 2 elected officials. I will also be listing a bunch of other elected officials who have benefited from this fraud. You don't want to miss this. Like I said, I would venture to say you've never been to a meeting where we're going to have both a state elected official and a local elected official named, and we're going to list everything from Congress to school board of candidates that have benefited from this, okay? And I talked to Anna Tinsley today from 4-Star Telegram. Those of you that are local know she covers national and state politics. Said downtown, this is all they're talking about because they want to know who I'm going to name. So everybody show up to see the elected officials that show up. All the guilty ones are going to show up to see if I name them. So be there. All right. It's at 6:45, but here's the thing. There's people coming in from all over the state, so I would get there early if you want to see. White Settlement Road, 3233 White Settlement Road, Fort Worth, 6:45. Be there. All the cool kids are going to be there. Thank you, Julie. Oh, yeah. Outside, Direct Action Texas, we have a table out there. Sign up if you want to get our emails and stay informed, because there's going to be a lot more to come, guys. Thanks. Oh, one last thing, real quick. Okay, so I told you Hill County, told you Tarrant County. Stay tuned, but we're working with some senators. We have a statewide. We've looked at all 254 counties. You won't believe what we found, but it'll be a walk forward. Oh, last thing. Thank you. This is Stephanie Cook. So, backing up what Tim said, this stuff goes on in mostly Democratic districts because we're not even there. Okay? This stuff would die tomorrow if Republicans were there, and we're not there. Think about that for a minute. When I started investigating this, all the Democrats know about this. We're the only ones that don't, because we're not there. Be a poll watcher. Be an election clerk. Don't be a poll watcher or election clerk at a Republican station. We've already got Republicans there. Go to Fort Worth, folks. Go to North Side. Go to South Side. Go to East Side. This is where this stuff's going on. That's it.